Race number 15 of the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series heads to the Irish Hills of Michigan International Raceway in Brooklyn, Michigan for the running of the FireKeepers Casino 400, where 40 drivers will take on this 2-mile D-shaped oval to see who will win in the Motor City. As we welcome you to the NASCAR on MDK Pre-Race Show, I am your host, Jay Crosston, and this is a home field advantage for all manufacturers because this is where most of the manufacturers grew up, like Chevrolet, Ford, and if you want to throw in Toyota in there. So a lot of drivers really want to win this race for the manufacturers. So let's get right into it with the news at the track. Daytona 500 tickets will be on sale June 12th, I believe at 9 a.m. Yes, at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. So yeah, if you want to get tickets for the 61st run of the Great American Race, just go to Daytona 500 and get your tickets there. Again, they're on sale. Don't know how long they're on sale, but they're on sale, so get them quickly. Another update is from the Richard Childress burglary incident a couple months ago. Three robbers broke into Richard Childress's house while Richard was in the room. Honestly, these guys are idiots. I mean, why would you go into someone's house when you know they have guns for days? Why would you still go in the house? Anyways, they're idiots, and because of that, they will. Two of the robbers face 31 to 50 months in prison after pleading guilty to conspiracy to commit first-degree burglary. The third person is still awaiting plea. And the third story is Dover has announced that the Dover Casino is adding wages to NASCAR. A couple of weeks ago, Congress announced that sports betting will now be illegal. Some states can allow sports betting to take place, and Dover is the first one to include NASCAR in their, I guess, wagering business. So yeah, this is obviously for the upcoming Dover playoff race to see if they can try and improve on ratings and attendance records in there. So yeah, now we're gonna go north of the border, take a look at Formula One. Sebastian Vettel, the man from Ferrari, wins the pole for the Canadian Grand Prix. The race coverage is today at 2 p.m. Eastern Time on ABC. And in second place is the Mercedes of Valtteri Bottas, with Max Verstappen in the Red Bull in third. Bottas' teammate Lewis Hamilton in fourth. Kimi Räikkönen starts fifth. Daniel Ricciardo starts sixth. In fact, this is the same place where he won his very first F1 race back in 2014. Nico Hülkenberg in the Renault car is seventh. Esteban Ocon in the Force India is eighth. Hülkenberg's teammate Carlos Sainz Jr. in ninth, and Ocon's teammate Sergio Perez rounds out the top 10. Now let's take a look at the track facts for Michigan International Speedway. Again, it's a two-mile D-shaped oval, 4 turns as usual. Banking in the turns is 18 degrees. The start-finish line, or the front stretch, is 12 degrees, with the back stretch being 5 degrees. 400 miles make up 200 laps. Stage 1, Stage 2, 60 laps apiece, with Stage 3 being 80 laps. Now let's take a look at the chase grid following Pocono. Martrick Jr. got another win after the tricky triangle, so he again gets another bonus points to gain on the 2 leaders. Kyle Busch and Kevin Harvick still leading the way, 25 playoff points for each of those two drivers. Martrick Jr. third, 13 playoff points. Joey Logano, the Talladega winner, 7 playoff points. Clint Boyer, winning at Martinsville, earns 5, and Austin Dillon, the Daytona 500 champion, has also 5 bonus points in 6th. Brad Keselowski, the first driver without a win, highest obviously away from the 17th place, 164 points above the cut line. Then it's Kurt Busch, 137. Denny Hamlin, 127 points above the cut line. Kyle Larson, 115 points. And then Ryan Blaney, 103 points above the cut line with 3 playoff points. Eric Almirola, 96 points above the cut line. Jimmy Johnson, the highest Hendrick Chevrolet, with 50 points above the cut line, with his teammate Chase Elliott in 14th. Eric Jones 15th, 12 points above. And Ricky Stenhouse bumps Alex Bowman to take the final playoff spot as of now, 9 points above the cut line. Bowman obviously 17th, 9 points below. Paul Menard 30 points below. Daniel Suarez 51, and Jimmy McMurray 65 points above the cut line. Now let's take a look at yesterday's NASCAR Xfinity Series, the LTI Painting 200 from Michigan International Speedway. They had, of course, the aero package that they used in the All-Star race and at Pocono, as well as Indian Xfinity Series last year, with a bigger spoiler, splitter, aero ducts, and a restrictor plate. It started off very wet in Brooklyn, Michigan. Rain forced the delay the start of the race by like 2 hours or so. And then you see the skies were able to clear up, and we're surprisingly actually being able to get a race in on the scheduled day. However, the race would be postponed due to rain, but later on you see the pace car goes on pit road as we start to green flag racing. Lap 17, trouble for Christopher Bell. The 20 machine gets up the racetrack, gets loose, and smacks the outside retaining wall. He would actually be able to recover a bit, but not so much. You see there, just got loose in the center of 3 and 4, slides up the track, hits the wall. Luckily, no one else sustained any damage. Stage 1 concludes with Kyle Busch taking it, and then Elliott Sadler would win stage 2. Now this was at the point in time when threat of rain was an issue. You see that they all come scrambling towards the finish line, but yeah, Sadler wins stage 2 with Kyle Busch winning stage 1. Lap 80, Austin Cindric in the 64 slides across the track to bring out another caution. You see there, he makes contact with the 5 car of Michael Annett and slides across the grass to bring out, I believe, the 4th caution at that point in time. And then the side-by-side battle between Daniel Hemrick and his teammate Austin Dillon, which is where the caution will come out. There you see his teammate, his crew chief, Dillon's crew chief. There's Danny Stockman, Hemrick's crew chief, and the rain would fall, which gave Austin Dillon the race win. Dillon, this is actually the first time RCR has won an Xfinity race since the summer of 2016 at Bristol. Just looking now after the results from Michigan, Austin Dillon wins the race. Obviously, Daniel Hemrick comes home second once again, tying his best finish. Cole Custer comes home in third, Ryan Reed fourth, Paul Menard in fifth, Kyle Busch sixth, who led the most laps today, Tyler Reddick in seventh, Kevin Harvick eighth, Justin Allgaier ninth, and Ryan Truex rounds the top 10. And how about Christopher Bell? He's not shown on here, but he came back to finish 11th after he sustained, obviously, he actually spun out twice. He wrecked in that first replay, and then he spun out with, I believe, I don't know, 50 to go or something like that. He spun out twice and was still able to rebound and finish 11th. Now let's take a look at the odds to win Michigan International Speedway. Remember, for entertainment purposes only. I feel like I shouldn't say that anymore since now you're allowed to bet on certain states. But anyways, let's take a look. Again, no surprise here. The big three, obviously, top of the board. Kevin Harvick with a 5-2 chance. Kyle Busch with a 7-2. Mark Truex Jr. with a 4-1 chance. And then Kyle Larson trying to go 4 in a row at Michigan International Speedway with an 11-2 chance. And then teammates Brad Keselowski and Ryan Blaney both with a 12-1 chance. Teammate Joe Logano with a 14-1 chance of winning. Denny Hamlin 16-1 chance. Chase Elliott trying to break that winless streak. Maybe could come home today at Michigan National Speedway. He has the best average finish, I believe, at that track with a 20-1 chance. Eric Jones with a 22-1 chance of winning. The rest of the field that is not in this list, 25-1 chance. Clinton Boyer with a 28-1 chance of winning, as well as his teammate Kurt Busch. Teammate Eric Almirola with a 40-1 chance, as well as 7-time champion Jimmy Johnson. Daniel Suarez with a 75-1 chance, and Alex Bowman and Jamie McMurray both with a 100-1 chance of winning. Now let's look at the starting lineup for today's FireKeepers Casino 400. So now, a Ford on the pole, that's not surprising. Kurt Busch, on the other hand, it might be surprising to some drivers, or to some people. He qualified on the pole once again for the second time this season. On his outside lane is Michigan native Brad Keselowski, and of course the front runners as usual on row 2, Kyle Busch and Kevin Harvick. Another pair of Fords, Joe Logano and Eric Almirola, row 3. Nice run for Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in the Fastenal 4, starts 7th. On to the outside of him is Eric Jones. Ryan Blaney and Denny Hamlin make up row number 5. Row 6 has Ryan Newman and Clinton Boyer. Row 7 has teammates Chase Elliott and William Byron. Row 8 has Paul Menard and Austin Dillon, who won the Xfinity race yesterday. Mark Truex Jr. and Chris Buescher, a good run for him. Row 9. Matt Kenseth in his first Michigan start since last year, row 10. And Jimmy Johnson, the 2014 winner. Row 11 has Alex Bowman and Daniel Suarez. Row 12 has Michael McDowell and Jamie McMurray. Row 13 has AJ Allmendinger and Kyle Larson. That's a big surprise. I mean, he starts 26th so far in the grid. Row 14 has David Reagan and Darrell Walsh Jr. Casey Kane and Matt DiBenedetto make up row 15. Tyler Dillon and Corey LaJoie, row 16. Ross Chastain and Greg Galding, row 17. BJ McLeod and Landon Castle, row 18. DJ Kennington and Timmy Hill, row 19. And Garrett Smithley, making his Cup Series debut, takes home the final spot in 39th. Now let's take a look at the drivers you need to look out for as we crunch numbers from the Motor City. Chase Elliott has so far 122 Monster Energy Cup Series races underneath his belt, with still a goose egg in the wins column. However, Michigan might be his best time to break that streak. In his 4 races at the 2-mile oval, he has scored 3 top 5s, 4 top 10s, an average start of 7.5, and an astounding average finish of 3.50. He has only led 66 laps. The reason why that average finish is so low is because for 3 straight years, he has finished second. And by the way, all 3 of those came to Kyle Larson. Now, Kyle Larson, this surprisingly for some reason, Michigan is his best track. In his 8 races, he has scored 3 career wins, including the like 3 in a row, 4 top 5s, 5 top 10s, an average start of 10.3 with an average finish of 10.88, and he has led 149 laps. However, if he's going to have to get 4 in a row, he's going to have to do it from the back of the pack as he qualified 26th in today's race. Now, Kurt Busch also has a decent record at Michigan International Raceway. In the Blue Oval 41 car, he has scored 3 wins in 34 starts, 5 top 5s, 11 top 10s, with an average start of 13 with an average finish of 19.47. He has led 445 laps. And again, he does start on the pole for this race, so watch out for that number 41 car to maybe have a strong run and possibly to take home the win today at Michigan. Now let's take a look at our driver stats for Michigan International Raceway, Speedway. I don't want to keep on saying Raceway, but this week I'm doing something different. Before I would give you a dark horse and then people to look out for. This time I'm going to do one of every segment. I'm going to give you a dark horse, a one to watch, and a sleeper for this race. And a dark horse, some might say will be questionable, but William Byron, I'm telling you that the Hendrick team has gone better. Ever since Pocono, they've just gotten better every week. Actually, since Charlotte, they've just gotten better in terms of speed and horsepower. I think Michigan might show that. You see that as the weekend went on, Byron has done a lot better. He was 19th in first practice, 14th in second, and then qualifying 8th for this race. Now, his stats at Michigan, there are for Xfinity and trucks, but we're still going to count them anyways. It is 2 races, no wins, but 2 top 5s and 2 top 10s. Average start of 3.5 with an average finish of 3. Only leading 17 laps. So William Byron could be a dark horse for this race today. Now obviously the one to watch for is Kyle Busch. I mean, second practice in first, 7th fastest in second, and qualified 3rd for this race. He has 1 career win at Michigan in 26 starts, 4 top 5s, 8 top 10s, with an average start of 13.4 and an average finish of 19.50. He has led 236 laps. Now, a sleeper for this one, he finished, I believe, in the top 10 in the Xfinity race yesterday. Paul Menard, he's been quietly working his way up through the field throughout the season. He was 8th fastest in first practice, 15th fastest in second, but he qualified 11th. And his career stats in Michigan, obviously, they don't reflect the season he has had so far. In his 23 races, he has scored 4 top 5s, 6 top 10s, an average start of 22.4, and an average finish of 18.48. Surprisingly, he has a better finish than Kyle Busch. I find that kind of weird, but he has only led 16 laps today. So those are my 3 drivers one to watch, sleeper, and a dark horse. I feel like they might fare out very well in this race. And with that, we will lead into the Fantasy Live picks for Michigan today. Obviously, most of them, actually 4 of them, 4 of the 5 starters are Fords, and 3 of them are teammates from Stewart Haas, Eric Almirola, Kurt Busch, and Kevin Harvick. And then you got the Michigan native Brad Keselowski in the 2. And obviously Kyle Busch, it's like a requirement now. If you want to do well in the lineup, you're going to have to put Kyle Busch and Kevin Harvick in it. And I have Kyle Larson in my garage mainly because he is good at Michigan, but I haven't seen really the speed out of him this weekend, and he does start from the back. But I feel like maybe he might have a chance of winning, or at least having a good finish. That's why I have him in the garage just in case. Now, obviously, with the bonus, stage 1, I believe, will go to Kyle Busch. I think just overall throughout the weekend, he has had a faster car than Kevin Harvick. But later on to the run, I feel like Harvick will win stage 2, win the race, and will eventually give Ford the winning manufacturer. So, yeah, I feel like Kevin Harvick will win this race, or Kyle Busch. So I'm going with Harvick for this one because he is in a Ford, and the Fords usually run really well at Michigan because it's their home track. So they want to do well there. So, yeah, that's why I picked Kevin Harvick to win at Michigan. Thank you so much for watching the NASCAR on MDK Pre Show. If you don't want me to do more of these, leave a like and subscribe for more. But until next time, I'm Jack Krause from NASCAR on MDK. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the FireKeepers Casino 400. And until next time, I will see you in the next video.